Hey y'all. Okay, hold on, wait. We're rolling in. I'm gonna let us roll in, roll in, roll in, roll in. Okay, I think we're up in here. We'll give it a few more seconds. Okay, hi guys. It's Ani's World. How are we doing today? So I'm here today. I just finished up a massage, so make sure that you guys also check out Ani's Spa. If you check out my social medias, it's heavily promoted. So just scroll through, check it out. You will definitely find my spa page, and yeah, DM me to book a massage. I'm so excited to be up here today, you guys. I hope everyone had a good Juneteenth and 4th of July. Okay. I had a really nice time. I was with my family. That was really great. And it was a vibe. We were all by the pool, we were swimming. So I had a really good time for 4th of July, and I hope that you guys did too. I know that I wanted to be up here sooner, but I had a little situation that I had to fix, a little emergency, if you will. So I had to take a few days off to like get everything straight. And especially because like when I came up here, like honestly, you guys, I had so much to share with you guys. Like I feel like that's really what it be sometimes. I have so much to share with you guys to the point where like I feel like I don't even know what to say, or like I feel like I don't have anything to articulate properly. But it just be like a lot to organize in my mind. And once I like was able to sort through everything and organize everything, I just consistency kept speaking to me because I feel like in so many times in life, yes, it's good to use everything in life as an example, even things that are not in close proximity to you. But things that are in close proximity to you, I notice that people can end up being jealous or prideful, or like their ego can take over. And positive examples close to them, it's hard for them to be receptive to. You know what I'm saying? Because like how can this person that came from the same exact environment as me, or I used to literally chill with you and live the same life, how can you act like, right, the word acting comes up with a lot, how can you act like, oh, you live a healthy lifestyle now and you're a well-rounded person? Well, for one, that's a beautiful sign. That's called growth. You know what I'm saying? And for two, I want to make it very clear that like when I say in close proximity, this doesn't mean that you guys are necessarily speaking. What it means is that it's someone within your environment, someone within your community, someone within your city, someone within your state, someone within your country. And a lot of times those are great examples to go by because like if you would want to get famous and blow up in America, you're probably not going to look at what people in Jamaica are doing, because you know that there's way more opportunities and just a totally different way of life in America. So why would you look at someone all the way in Jamaica? And the same thing goes like if even if you're in school and there's someone who's just outstanding, and even if it's not someone that you necessarily like or get along with, if there's someone who has like the work and the ethic and the consistency, that's something that you should take notes in and study and look up to. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Miami, Florida, daily life. You know what I mean? Exactly. That are within your daily life are like the best positive examples to look up to, because it also gives you an example to see positivity within your daily life. You know what I'm saying? And even when you see, like, I think about it like this, and I just used this example on TikTok, very street example, but whatever. I think about it like this, even when it comes to negative examples. Even when it comes to a negative example, I would rather look at people with that are in close proximity to me because they show me exactly what not to do. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if you know someone that you used to be cool with or be friends with, and now they are a crackhead, you're not going to probably smoke joints with the people that they smoke joints with because you know that they rolled up oolies, and that's why they're on crack today. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's like I said, that's a really street analogy. Be light on me, guys, but that's what I mean. Just like when I say in proximity to you, a lot of times, people's ego or their pride just doesn't allow them to look at people close to them for examples. You know, you find I know very smart and magnificent. Yes, I do. Um, but yes, so, and this is a huge example of consistency to me because for me, I need something like a lot of times, even when your world, like when things around you may not be the best, there might be somewhere that you go, like, you might end up just leaving home, like, if you are somewhere you don't wanna be, like, live, right? You might end up just leaving home and going to a different part of town where there's different people living a different way that you enjoy, you know what I'm saying? And I'm that type of person where, like, if there's negative things around me, I'm gonna use them as examples, but I'm also going to search for positivity that is in close proximity to me. And that's all about just like working with what you have. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a really important thing because a lot of times that's why people can't get where they want to be because they're so out of reach from where they are. Like I remember when I was going through things, um I started to distance myself from people because I started to see like this is you just your energy is so chaotic or like your life is so chaotic for no reason out of nowhere. I can't deal with it. Especially when I like a lot of times people's life can be naturally just on the pendulum, I think it's called, like just swaying on that scale, just going up and down until you kind of find your balance. Mm, Miami, Florida, love that for you. Thank you for the hearts and stuff. Um, So just putting yourself in a situation where something becomes chaotic or crazy for no reason is something that I want to avoid. You know what I'm saying? And I remember going through that stage of really just letting so many people go. And I finally came across one person, you know what I'm saying? And what I found dope about it, it was like it was nothing forced about it. It's like when we align, we align, and when we align perfectly. And it's always protective energy, it's always looking out for each other, it's never chaos, it's never having to watch your back, it's always we got each other's back. And that was the one person it felt like in my life at that time around me who was just like I felt so similar to them. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I can move past all the petty stuff. I can let go of all the animosity. I want to grow in life. And not everybody has that mentality where they're like, I don't care about all the petty stuff in between. I want to grow, I want to excel. And that's something rare to find. And I value that in that person. You know what I'm saying? And me and them became very close as long as it's appropriate. Like we became pretty close, like we've had like meditation moments just like laying in the bed, just like like on some like mermaid shit. You know what I'm saying? So that was like a beautiful experience to me. But that's what I mean when I say working with things close to you, and a lot of that just again goes into that consistency of self-love, like continuously choosing yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I told myself I finally came to the point where I don't even care to prove myself. And some people say that, but they don't mean it. Some people say that, and what they mean is I don't feel like I can do it, so I'm not really trying to show anybody that I can. I'm not really trying at all. But it's different when you're actually trying and you're doing, and not even trying, when you're doing the work. You know what I'm saying? That person might be trying. When you're doing it And when you're finally just like, I don't care about what anyone's feeling, what anyone's thinking about me, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about proving myself against the ultimate hate and the ultimate lies. It doesn't even matter to me anymore. And especially like for me, who I'm just such a safe space for people. So people open up to me a lot. And when people open up to you a lot, you have so much weapons that you can use if you really want to. But I choose to put my weapons down and turn my back and just not give it my energy and just keep pouring into myself. And that's how you know that, like, that's when that's that consistency. It's like when we talk about consistency right now, when I say key, I'm talking about the consistency. As when I think about, like, even when you when your key is like messed up in the door or something, you just gotta consistency work, and you gotta work whatever you gotta do, fix the doorknob, whatever you gotta do to get that key in. You know what I'm saying? So when you really get to that point, that's like when you know, but all of that just comes with consistency. Like everything that we always talk about on this YouTube channel, it's not about your cup feeling full every day. It's not about feeling good every day. It's about being consistent and also learning how to balance that consistency with resting so that you're not burning yourself out, so that you can have like ultimate clarity and just be on your highest path and not getting stuck. You know what I'm saying? It's very easy to get stuck when you feel like this feeling that I feel right now is eternal. When you just are so sunken into a feeling instead of understanding that it's just that. It's just that. And you can change it if you want. You can change it almost instantly. And even when it doesn't happen instantly, right? Because sometimes we're mourning. Sometimes we go through very traumatic experiences that we might not be able to control. So sometimes, like, it's not going to just kick in the way that it usually does, you know? And I learned that between this year and last year because, I was up here giving advice and I was feeling, guys, I was on, I'm on top of the world. I'm going to speak in present, but I'm talking about my old videos. At that time, I am on top of the world and I feel amazing and I'm talking and I'm speaking. And then, I go through a very traumatic, heavy experience that I couldn't control, that I didn't expect. And people who may follow me may know what I'm talking about. But it was heavy and it was hard. And I just did the right thing, even though it was heavy and it was hard. And I felt like complete crap. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like crap for a while. And not like complete crap because I never feel like complete crap. It's just like it was so much heavier than what I was used to. Like I felt like it almost felt like a chemical imbalance where I felt like this beautiful high level energy and like all of a sudden I'm like, what is this? I want to be high again. And I'm not like talking about, like I'm like, I want to be high again. Like this is all right, but what is this? This doesn't feel the same. I didn't feel the same. I'm gonna read the comments real quick. Okay, so advice from someone with a septum piercing. Garbage. Okay. Love to all the beautiful black queens. Love you too. Love to all the beautiful black queen kings. Hey baby, you've aged. You look like Dutchman, like Rod Gillett. Hmm. Your profile's not your pic is not you. That's how I feel stuck working. Eat, go to sleep, repeat. When you feel stuck working, um, that becomes that's from so let me tell you a secret. When you sleep too much, you get more tired. So if you're only working, which is not bringing you any type of dopamine or happiness, You're not triggering any happiness in your body, and then you're just going home and you're resting. That's going to make you more tired because you're not having anything to kind of like shoot up your energy. So even if it's like something simple like going out to eat before work, or going out to eat after work, or going to the bar after work before you go home, even if it's just for like an hour or 40 minutes, um even if it's going to the gym for like 30 minutes, an hour, doing certain, going for a walk, and make sure that you're going for walks and getting sun, just doing little certain things to boost your ego will give you enough energy so that you can balance your job, your rest, and being able to actually live life, so that you're not just going to work to go to work. You're going to work to live and to save and do what you have to do. Okay. Do you have a man? Relevant. Okay. Learn isn't, I've aged. It's crazy. Okay, learned isn't a word. I don't care. Happy White History Month. Hmm. Where are you from? Boston. Can I get a hoo-yah? What? Wow, you are so beautiful looking. Thank you. How about a 360? Bad piercings. Dang, she's 100. Terrible advice. Bad piercings. Are you a massage therapist? I do massages. I'm in school. I'm an esthetician in school. Respond to me. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I just did not feel like myself. I felt completely different than what I did when I first started making these videos. And that was hard for me. And I kept going. I start there. I kept going, and I'm like, okay, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going. I'm like, okay, what the heck? And as I'm going, I'm not giving up. I stayed consistent, and I end up just continuing to work on myself. And one of the most important things that I did, that I also want to talk about while I'm up here, is your health. Your health is so important into how you feel. Eating, trying to combine a healthy diet, vitamins, making sure that you're getting sun, making sure that you're getting rest. Your health is so important. Making sure that you're going to the doctor, making sure that if you feel something within your body that doesn't feel right, if you're tired, if something hurts, if something's not working properly, go take care of that. That is the number one way that's going to make you feel better. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when we are going through a rough time in life, the number one thing it's going to affect is your health. You know what I'm saying? So you may need to take vitamins. Some people may need to take antidepressants. It all depends. And for me, I had chronic pain, and I talked about this in my last video. But this is just so important for me to emphasize because I was in so much pain, and I was so fatigued, and I was so tired, and I was so drained. Even though I just kept going. I was like, I'm not going to give up. But I was like, something didn't feel right. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to the doctors and I'm going to go figure out what's wrong with me. Even though I already knew what it was. I already, like, before I was diagnosed, I was already telling people, this is what I have. I already know what it is. Because a few years ago when I was 21, I was talking to this guy who's very spiritual, and he's like, you have fibromyalgia. I said, what? What is that? They're like, it's when your muscles are inflamed. They're like, "Is everything hurting all the time?" I'm like, "All the time, 24/7. That's not normal." I've been living in pain since I was a little girl, so I thought that that was normal. I'm like, "So, like, it's not supposed to hurt when I stand?" They're like, "No." So that was my first sign that I knew that something wasn't right, and I ignored it for another 2 years. But it took my mental to really, like, and just that consistency for me to say, I want to really go get help, and I cared about myself enough to not like allow myself to just break, and I'm like, I'm gonna go get help. So I got my diagnosis, and then I was put on a lot of different medications. And what stood out to me about the situation the most is that, like I said, at one point I felt amazing. And before everything, even that I was going through had happened, my body was already giving out. And that was so hard for me because I just felt so great and I felt so energetic. And I'm like, why can I not get up and move the way that I want to? Y'all, it was a different feeling. Like, I get chills just talking about it because it was like, are you serious right now? I was in disbelief, and at one point my body was breaking out into these big big hives, like they were like this big, because I was pushing myself thinking like, you know what, something's it's just me, I'm lazy. That's really what I was thinking. I was thinking like I'm lazy or something, or that I need to go harder and just build up more stamina. And I was actually hurting my body. So when I got diagnosed, I was like, oh, like taking care of my body and just being very gentle to her because she's like a flower. And like I said, flowers are very beautiful. Is really important. And what I learned was my body was in pain because my brain was sending pain signals to my nerves. And that was causing me to be in excruciating pain all the time. And when they're telling me this, I'm sitting here like, my brain feels great. What are you talking about? And so I'm staying consistent. I'm not giving up on myself. I love myself. And I'm using myself as an example because this story is just like so important. I love myself so much. I'm like, I'm not gonna give up. Like, so they're like, yeah, it's in your brain. So I'm going through all these different medications to help reduce the pain, medication to stimulate more like happy chemicals in my brain to again reduce the pain because my brain is sending pain signals to my nerves. And I was researching it and I'm like, well, I felt great. So I really don't understand why they're saying that my brain is doing this to my body. And it was the most beautiful thing to learn as I'm sitting here being so hard on myself and judging myself. Um, what happened was that I was on go for almost the past decade, and I was surviving and somehow thriving, but it was very heavy. It was very hard. And it may have looked like I was doing great and I was amazing on the outside, but I was I was very heavy on the inside. And for a lot of time I just had like these knots in my stomach that would never go away. I carried these knots in my stomach for years, like for years. And I can't, like, whenever I think about that feeling, I can't believe I lived through that. Like, I can't. I was barely eating. I was like 110 pounds. I was very small. Um, Still beautiful though. Still very beautiful. That's the crazy part. Still very beautiful, but just not feeling great at all. And you can just see it. You know what I'm saying? And what happened was once I made it and I got to that point, my body felt safe enough to tell me, "You're done." So it was the most beautiful thing. Like when I'm like, well, that makes sense because I'm like, well, I feel great. They're like, well, you do feel great, and and that's why now that your mind feels great, your body's it pulled a Me Too movement on you, and it was the most beautiful feeling to know that I felt safe enough for my body to signal for me after almost 10 years to stop, to finally stop. Like you can finally stop going as hard. You can finally move in a from a different place. And that tied into what I talked about earlier. And I really hope that you guys are really like living through me right now. I need you to just exhale all the I's and me's and just live through me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I like your flower. Thank you. I love my flower too. Hey boo, what's up? Am I single? Am I? Are you single? Yes or no? Kinda. Low waist of pants. Respond to me. Make sure you book your massages. Wow. I'm sorry. Okay. So that was the most beautiful experience to me, though. That like my body was just like, okay, me too. Come here. I want to go night night. But yeah, it was that, and that's what I was talking about earlier when I said I did not care about how people felt anymore. Because for the past decade, I was going through a very hard point in my life, and nobody knew what I was going through. You know what I'm saying? And I was being judged. you might as well just like crucify me and put me on the cross. You know what I'm saying? Just crucify me because that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? And it was heart wrenching, and I had to keep going even though I didn't want to. So like that is a beautiful, and every part of you is beautiful, even parts of you that are like harder to understand, and it takes consistency and it takes some work for you to really be able to connect and get, but that is beautiful because now that I'm not heavy anymore, you know what I'm saying, I don't care. That's where the don't care come from. That's where the you can say whatever you want because that's not real right now. That's not my reality anymore. You know what I'm saying? And even things that people are like, yes, it is. Da, 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 you don't understand. Just like certain things, if you get it, you get it. You get what I'm saying? If you're not getting it, you're not getting it. You know, T Nova, I think you should get a mouthful. New subscriber. I'm only 23 years old, fresh new here. I'm 23 years old too. I mean, I'm 22. I'm 22. 22. Okay. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you too. Like I said, I need you guys to live through me for a minute because it's not about me or the story. That's not what it's about. What I'm telling, well, it's about the story and the wisdom and the journey. Y'all not y'all like you gotta really connect what I'm saying to you. You know what I'm saying? It's deeper than that stupid little story. But I feel you. 5'3" deep. I don't know what that is. Okay, so all of this that I'm talking about is consistency. That's literally all I've been talking about this entire time. And it's just funny because you have a million different ways to explain things, and that's why I get up on here and I'm able to blabble and talk to you guys for so long, and I blabble so beautifully. You know, it's like music. So, um, all of that was consistency. I did not give up and I stayed positive. I stayed doing the work. You guys still see me up here. I stayed with my mind intact. I stayed exploring. I just kept on shining. I kept speaking my mind. And it's just so funny how as I made these separations, I was getting these confirmations that I was ready, like you did the work. And a lot of times things are just a test. And that's why it takes consistency because you have to build like a certain stamina for life and stamina for your dreams and stamina for your goals and where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, someone who weighs 300 pounds who wants to be 150 pounds, they need consistency. And that consistency will build up that stamina in order to get there. Including for someone who's homeless, including for someone who's depressed, including for someone who is struggling with their health. That consistency will allow you to be able to get to a point, right? That consistency, that structure, that stamina. And also, like, and I think about it like this, right? Because I remember I had a friend who had one leg. RIP to my friend. And my friend could have got up and they were very, very, very determined to get up. But because of the loss of their leg and that total like shift of life, which is completely understandable, which is why it's important to allow yourself to rest and be very gentle with yourself and sweet to yourself, like honey. You know what I mean? Be like honey to yourself. Be very sticky with your love. You know what I'm saying? And if they would have focused on themselves, stayed positive, stayed healthy, and not moved from a place of lack. Lack. Because a lot of times when we move from a place of lack, we bring a lot of lack full of people full of lack around us. And next thing we know, we're pouring so much into people who can never pour in the same, or we are doing things for people who are not even capable of doing the same things as we can for them, for us. You know what I'm saying? So that's again that lack mindset. And lack mindset also goes into the ways that we self sabotage because we feel like there's not enough of something, right? This goes into the example of the people who rob the bank, right? There's like, if you could rob a bank, I live in Boston, okay? If you could rob a bank, you can definitely come up with some type of creative strategy. I think they robbed too. But anyway, you can definitely come up with, in a day, with some type of creative strategy to find a source of income that won't land you in jail, or at least, because let's be real, no, we don't, nobody is gonna get far in life by just like following every single rule. You know what I'm saying? But doing something not so high risk, doing something that you know for sure is not, you're not going to most likely go to jail for like a long time, you know? Oh, he's going to the gym, period. I'm gonna spoil you. Hurry up and monetize so I can send you gifts and super chat. Hurry up and get me monetized, y'all. Everybody in here, subscribe. It's about life in every precious moment. It might just, you know what I feel like? I feel like, cause like the thing is, I know all the people who say that I just be babbling are men, and I feel like men are the biggest babblers. You know what I mean? Men babble the most. You guys talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like no shade. Like you guys don't. A lot of men are so like simple. We're gonna just say simple. I'm gonna be kind today. And I'm going to say simple. A lot of men are so simple that they can't speak about things like philosophy and wisdom. And this is why back in like Egyptian times they put on like the wigs on the men who had wisdom, because it was because the wisdom and all of this type of stuff came from women. Because if you listen to the stuff that comes out of a man's mouth every day, you'll be down a rough path. And don't get me wrong, not every woman is the most intelligent, but when she's intelligent, yes, she is. I need to make a fee finder. You think y'all think my feet can do the trick? What y'all think? I just need to get them done. I was swimming, y'all. What y'all think? My Cash App. You gotta go on my social medias if you want to Cash App me. The victim. When did I ever? I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes I am a damsel in distress, but a victim. That's a reach. You see what I mean? Like men say anything. Like look at the comments. Look at the stuff that they're saying. Men like Lord. Okay. So y'all, right? like I said, consistency. Some people know how to consistently be ignorant. You know what I mean? Everybody's different, and you have to understand. Use people as examples. That's why I use these men as examples because they always prove my point. Like no woman in the comments is coming in here and saying that they poop in showers. Um, Something about mouths. Something about they want me to stick something in their mouth, and um, just a whole bunch of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like sounds like guys will be guys. Y'all, I used to be like so insecure of this part of my body, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, she's giving. I'm sorry. Ladies and young man. I'm not a man, but I have respect, period. Okay. But yeah, y'all. Um, Back to my friend. I just feel as though, right, if she would have not moved from such a lack mindset and kept more of that richness around her, and, again, bend the rules, but don't bend it to the point where you're breaking yourself. Um, but lack a lot of times when as soon as you are moving in a place of lack, you are losing hope. You are feeling like things are scarce. You know what I'm saying? And this is why people settle for certain relationships. This is why people settle for certain careers. This is why people settle for certain mentalities because that lack mindset makes things like hope feel scarce. It makes things like respect and dignity even sometimes feel scarce. Something that's not in proximity, it makes it seem like um, increasing your income is something that is out of reach for you. All of that is just lack mindset, which leads into you acting like a penny pincher, and not in a good way. Not like picking up the pennies and thinking the universe and the goddess bringing them to you and putting them on your altar. More like in a I'm going to steal your lip gloss type of way. Ew, stealing lip gloss is gross. That's my prerogative. Everybody's talking all this stuff about me. I'm getting that energy. Yes. And don't worry about the stuff that they're talking about you. Tell them, why don't you just let me live? You know what you have to tell them? Sometimes you just have to say, I don't need permission. Make my own decision. That's my prerogative, okay? Like if there's so many people are literally online watching all these young streamers do a whole bunch of dumb stuff. Why can't I not get up online and talk about real life philosophy, real life experiences, real things that I've seen, beautiful things that I've seen, um bad things that I've grown from? Why can I not talk about that? You guys are watching people fart on streams. I can do whatever I want. It's my prerogative. Yell? I'm really not the type to yell. You know what's so funny? I was like mad at my sugar daddy who pissed me off. And I caught myself the because he really pissed me off. Like, when you've been dealing with someone for so long and they try you in a way that they never have before. And you're like, why would you test that water like I'm dumb? That was the part that was blowing me. The audacity. You know what I'm saying? And like it was his audacity, y'all, that was blowing me. I'm like, yo, you really blowing mine. Like that's when the street girl in me came out. And so I'm sitting there, I'm like, because he lying to my face. See what I'm saying? And I'm looking at him, I'm talking to him very calmly because I'm not a yelling person. But for a second, I'm like this. I'm like, and I caught myself I'm like, Negro, did you? And mind you, I didn't say Negro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Negro, Negro. Hold on, wait a minute. I had to hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, I said, you just, I said, but why are you lying? She about, you're about to pay for this lie that you're telling me to my face right now. That's all I was thinking. That was really funny. No, that was really funny. I don't like y'all, y'all. I really don't. I'm a Libra. We like to live in harmony. We like for everyone to be happy. We love like we love a good balance, okay? And right there, he threw off my scales and he's never done that before. So I'm sitting here like, are you okay? Do you know who I am? You get what I'm saying? Like, hey girl, I'm a lesbian. You're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to the LGBT community. Love is love. Song recommendations. Hmm. Prerogative. That's my prerogative. I love that song. Oh, is that Diana Ross or Whitney? No, that's Whitney. I'm your baby tonight. What's that? How does it? Whatever you want from me, I'm giving you everything. Woo! I'm your baby tonight. I love that song. It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. Every time I play that song, it's like the old, I feel the old souls of the country or something going, I feel like, okay? But anyway, I love that song. What else? Uh, let's put on let me put y'all on to some old Doja Cat music that I used to listen to before she was big. Beautiful by Doja Cat is lit. Dissect by Doja Cat is lit too. That's on YouTube and it's on SoundCloud. Dissect by Doja Cat. Demons by Doja Cat, period. Because I love that song because I feel like when I decode or like break down that song, what I get, right? And I remember like at the time that I was like heavily playing that song, I went viral because I was speaking about Carnival in Boston. I was like, this is dirty and ghetto and violent because, like, you guys are outside in like pajamas, t shirts, bonnets, like shaking your butt and throwing like paint on each other. And the shaking your butt part is not the issue, to be honest. And the throwing the paint is really not the issue either. The bonnets, maybe. You know what I'm saying? The bonnets kind of throwing me. Put on a scarf or something. No shade. You know what I'm saying? But even then, what the fuck can I tell somebody to do with their hair for real? But um it was the violence. It was the violence and the disorganization. You know what I'm saying? Like think about this parade or about this carnival. You have a child here, a fight over there, maybe a stabbing there, a girl shaking her butt on top of a car there with a bonnet on and some very dirty looking booty shorts and like a whole bunch of stuff on her shirt because it goes from paint to whatever the hell else they're throwing on you. You know what I'm saying? And then like there's like police and just it's hot. It's hot, you know, it just none of that mixes or sounds safe. It's drinking, it's most likely drugs, which drinking is a drug enough, you know. I'm all set. It wasn't safe. And I wasn't talking about carnival. Like that's clearly a cultural thing. I'm talking about the way that we are like conducting ourselves during carnival. And even then, like if you are saying that you are going out for the culture, well, I know the ancestors are looking down like, do you see this shit? They they calling this culture. If they wanted to get off the Don Julio Casamigos and do a line and shake ass on top of the cars, they could have left us out of that. We ain't have nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Up there just like, what are they talking about? You feel me? And like at the time, a lot of people were like dragging me and like, oh, she's a stripper, so she can't speak about class and etiquette and this. And I'm like, listen, I ain't never. And then it was so crazy because someone actually said that like their private part was recorded somehow. People were getting assaulted. It was a whole bunch of crazy stuff going on, okay, that I don't want to be a part of because I am a dancer and I know that when there's butts or half naked girls everywhere, men don't know how to act, and there's no structure here on top of that, so they're really not going to know how to act. So leave me out of that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there was that, and a lot of people wanted to argue with me about that too because they're like talking about consent and this and that and the third, and I'm like, again, I just explained the environment to you. Sometimes it's about knowing what you know and using what you know, not using what you know is right, because that's not how they're gonna conduct themselves. What you know, how you know they're supposed to conduct themselves, no matter what you're doing, is not how they're gonna conduct themselves, no matter what you're doing. So there you go. There's the answer to that. So I just remember like everybody was like crucifying me or whatever. Fast forward, all of these shootings and this happens, and I'm like, remember when I said, oh, okay, oh, there was no strippers or hoes involved in those nine shootings and five stabbings. Oh, okay. Just checking. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a very much so told you so type of moment. And it's not about being bougie, you know. I think everybody wants to let loose and have fun. Like I grew up listening to Kesha. That's another thing. If you want a song recommendation, I love me some good Kesha songs. Warrior, Crazy Beautiful Life by Kesha, Supernatural by Kesha, cause baby we were touching in the dark, can you feel it? Okay, period. Dinosaur by Kesha is really fun. Backstabber by Kesha is really fun. I love Kesha. Anyway, oh my god. You know I'm a Kesha fan when I know the Haro song. Stop playing with me. Cannibal, Dancing with the Devil, Disgusting. I am a Kesha fan to the death. Damn, I love Kesha. Anyway, but that just goes to show I like to get wild. Okay, I love getting wild. I'm fun. I'm very fun. I'm very very fun, you guys. Life is made to be experienced. It's not made to be boring, but I enjoy life and love having fun so much that I'm trying and I will live to see the next day. And I will not put myself in situations that bring down my life expectancy by 50%. I won't do it. If there's a 50-50 chance that I might get, I'm not going. What the heck? I've seen a lot in life. I'm good. I've seen enough. I don't think I'm invincible. Okay, thank you. Hear how people feel. I'm from Boston. You know what I'm saying? You know, I choose to not. If people do mourn about me, I want them to mourn about like. And I was saying this too. I lost somebody, and I was like, "Wow, living your dreams after overcoming your battles. That's just amazing." You know what I'm saying? I'd rather go out that way than go out trying to get an adrenaline rush. I'm all set. Oh, Cali, that's lit. Cali's lit. Oh my god, I know it's crazy in Cali. Like what part of Cali? California, California, California. If you're in here, do me a favor and like the live and subscribe, please. I really appreciate you. But yes, so that was like one of my examples where Can't roll. You can't. I just feel like you can't. Like you really just can't care about what people say. Like for years, I look at it like this too. For years, I was called a conspiracy theorist. Then boom, then boom. You can't always put so much emphasis on what people think about what you think or what people think about what you feel. You know. Yeah. There's that. No way. And you got my grandfather's name talking shit. Wait, actually, no, that's not. His name was similar. That's not my grandfather's name. Yours is. But yeah, I mean, like I feel like back in the day, like it wasn't as dangerous. Like a lot of times, the most dangerous that I came across back in the day was us driving crazy. That's how we was going out. We was going out in them cars or on the bikes, no cap. That was the crazy part. I don't know what is up with this new generation. I think it's like intense frustration. Again, just people not working on themselves, intense frustration, aggravation, lack mindset, scarcity, and just some crash out shit overall. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, what would make you go out and do the things, stuff like that? Like, I don't get it, but to each their own. You know what I'm saying? To each their own. And a lot of those environments have people who are just negative. They're not people that I would want to be around in my day to day. So they're not people that I want to have fun with, quite frankly. Um, I can go to a rave. Do you know how fun raves are, y'all? I feel like you haven't really like lived until you've gone to a rave. What is all this stuff on top of here? What is this? Usually I cover this well it had a cover on it, but looks like I spilled juice or something. But yeah, those places don't have like the best people there. And I like to have fun. I don't like to have to watch my back from like danger and stuff like that. It's not fun. How old are you? I'm 22. How old are you? She's 22. Thank you for the likes. If you're in here, don't be afraid to subscribe. Don't be afraid to like the live. I love you so much. I really appreciate you. We're on our way to 1K. I know you guys' era is so lit. Like every day, you know what's funny? I used to think that social media is not the issue, but I guess for other people, social media is the issue. You know what I'm saying? I think that people use social media as like a weapon nowadays. Like nowadays, social media is like another pew pew. You know what I'm saying? And then as well as like people have ruined relationships through social media, through defamation of character, through gossiping. People are not free to live and experience each other in the same way because of social media and because the fact that instead of using it for like something positive to make money, to create a platform, to spread a positive message, or just to do something self-expressive, you know what I mean, leave a mark on this earth, people usually choose it to tear someone down. And I think that's where it comes from with social media. Like even like think about it even in terms of dating. Like people back in the day, like nobody cared about anybody else's opinion because nobody will walk up to you and say that shit. And this is something that I went through on social media, like because I've been on social media for a minute. And I just remember like when people used to first like do me in, and I used to leave the house like, woof, woof. It's a small city. Let me go back outside. You know what I'm saying? So I go back outside. I'm like, they're like, hey girl, hey, oh my god, yes, oh my god, girl, yeah, that's her. You know she always got it together. Yeah, girl, she said, I'd be going through it, and some say, girl, watch this. I'm about to have this shit done by tomorrow because I can't believe I'm going through all this shit, girl. I'm about to, and next time I see them, look, did she say she was going to have that shit done, girl? I'd be like, damn, the shit that's on social media is not the shit that's in real life. It's like, I see someone who's dissing me on social media, and now they're in my face, ear to ear. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So like, another example, right? Like I remember there was a couple of people who even like literally diss me, like diss the fuck out of me on social media, then like in my inbox or like in my face, trying to flirt. I'm like, did you forget what you said? Like, is you cool? Social media is just not real. And I think that's the hardest thing that people don't understand. People who make money from social media understand that like all that gossip that y'all be doing is not real. Because in real life, like think about it, like there are some people who are like doing certain antics on social media, or there are some people who people just love to come up with like different conspiracies and backstories for them on social media, and that are just completely false. And it's like the people will say, "Oh, this is a nasty woman. This is a bad person," but in real life, and even people who really support them, it's nothing but respect and just love. And I get that a lot in real life where it's like, damn, I feel like a goddess in real life. Like I get treated in such a divine way and like admired and looked up to in such a divine way that like it just doesn't fully translate on social media just because like even people are afraid to show love on social media. Like think about how heavy this is. Like when you want to show love to somebody, you have your friend virtually hovering over you. It wasn't like that back in the day. So people were free to have less hate. You know what I'm saying? Like now with everybody watching each other underneath a microscope, people don't even feel comfortable to show love in the open. It's 100%, 1,000% fake. Like what? What? It's fake as fuck. Very, very fake. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me check my notifications. Okay, so if you're in here, make sure that you like the live. If you're in here, please make sure you like the live. Please make sure that you subscribe. This Audie's World. I really appreciate you. And if you're in Boston or Massachusetts, don't be afraid to check out my massages, Audie Spa. I do massages, facials, waxes. We're gonna be expanding soon. Soon I'm gonna be doing eyelashes and some more. Exactly. There is a lot of information on social media, and it definitely does depend on how you use it. But some people just get into rabbit holes, whether it's like rabbit holes of hate or rabbit holes of ghetto entertainment or rabbit holes of conspiracy theories. People just be getting into rabbit holes on social media. You know what I'm saying? Deep tissue massages don't hurt. But I'm not gonna lie, like it depends on who you go to. I'm not gonna lie, I went to this lady, she was massaging me. I'm like, damn. Damn, like, can you show me some love? I'm like, just because you're doing a deep tissue, don't mean you gotta go like this. Like, girl, I understand completely. What was I talking about? Y'all remember what I was talking about? Oh yeah, I think I was just telling y'all about my massages and to subscribe and stuff. But yeah, so I'm doing my best to be up here like more guys. And I just I just need to remember it's my prerogative. But I love coming up here and just sharing like this message today. I know it went like you guys know I always bounce around. If you have ADHD, this channel is for you. But you guys know I always bounce around. But like I said, the main thing about this channel is consistency. And like if you just listen to my words, like through everything I'm saying, I'm staying consistent to my evolution. I'm staying consistent to my growth. I'm staying consistent to like what I see aligned with my future. Like I'm already in my future in my head. So like what would I do if I was like the best version of myself? And how would I continue to be the best version of myself? And all of that is just through consistency. How much how what? How much we we what? I used to do a lot of walking while in the army and wanted to try something new after retirement, and the massage hurts. Well, you might have just gone to a wrong person. Don't say that the massage hurts, okay? I feel like I know this is gonna sound so fucked up, but I just I feel like you have to get massaged by like a Spanish or a black person. Don't hit me. I just feel like it feels a lot different. I'm sorry. I've gotten a couple massages and yeah, I want to go to someone Spanish or black. Oh, Ohio. Hi. You're not going to tell me how much was that? Like how much was my deep tissue massage? My deep tissue massage was 120. Yep. I it was $80. I think I tipped her 40. What light? I have natural lighting. Your mother. Oh, did I say that? That wasn't me. Who was that? Who was that? You didn't have no bottoms on? Yes, natural lighting is hitting, okay? Y'all, I'm so excited to go get my breakfast. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm not excited to every day. I feel like, I remember growing up, and this is again going back into consistency, but I've learned to finally how to manage like life in my days. I feel like I used to, like, because I was so new at it. You remember how, like, when you're younger and, like, say you get your first car and you're just so excited to drive it, like, you want to drive that motherfucker before you get your license finished off or before it's registered and insured. Like, you're just so ready to drive, or like the first day of school and you just like you're so antsy, you feel like you can't sleep. I used to feel that way when it came to like adulting. You know what I'm saying? Like if I knew I had a bill, I'm like obsessing over that bill until it's done. Or like all my responsibilities, I got to get them done ASAP. And now I'm like, what's the deadline? Oh, I have 2 more weeks. I'll do it when there's 5 days left. like like I used to be like so obsessed with just like everything being done and everything being perfect, and that shit was tiring. That shit was tiring, and that's exactly how things end up falling apart and not getting done and not being perfect. Like, girl, slow down. It don't like it will be there still. First time watching my live. Thank you. But yeah, like after a while of just like honestly too, I take a lot of advice from for simple things like that I don't know. Like if someone is a parent and has raised boys, you know what I'm saying? And I have a son and their sons are in college, I'm gonna take some of their parenting advice. You know what I'm saying? Like it can be simple things. I just listen to people. So like, when my nana used to tell me like, it doesn't have to get done now, Nene. Like calm down. I'm like, Nana, but you don't understand. Da, 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 da." It's like just breathe. Oh my god, I know. They've cracked down so much on like car insurance and registration. Like they try to act like, well, not really in Boston, but more so like as soon as you go outside of Boston, they're like so strict about it. Like, yeah, why not? What's wrong? I feel like tarot card readings are a good way to program your mind. And honestly, like your algorithm, your phone is always like listening to you and picking up on your energy. That's why you can think something and it might pop up on your phone. Like your phone, you're just constantly transferring energy to it. So a lot of times, like whatever you're seeing on your YouTube algorithm is something that is most likely aligned with you. And I love listening to tarot card readers because they give you a different insight and a different type of advice on life that's a lot more mystical or supernatural and something that, just like myself, you can't always explain. Like sometimes when you're going through certain things and you're just staying consistent, and reading those tarot readings, sometimes it's like sometimes it tells you exactly what you need to hear. Like all you have to do is stay consistent and things are going to start falling into place, and right after that things are falling into place. So yeah, I feel like there's no problem with like listening to tarot readers, but understanding that like a huge form of it is entertainment and it's going to be something very vague. But I definitely think that tarot readers speak life into people. Why would we hate on them? What's wrong with tarot readers? Yes, your phone does have energy. Hi, beautiful lady. Thank you. I grew up in New York and we never had paperwork on our cars. Where they at where they don't do no car insurance? I got cards. Hey, Audie. Hey. I'm watching from Michigan. Hey, Michigan. I'm watching from India. Oh, wow. That's cool. So recently this year, I finally got into Indian food. Why was I not into Indian food? It's so good. Oh my god, I'm like the spice. Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to my favorite buffet after this. Like, it's just so good. Like, who told y'all to be cooking like that? Ooh, y'all know how to cook. It's just like Asian people. Like, people sleep on like Asian food, but people don't understand that like Asian people season their food. They use good vegetables, good seasoning, good meat. They cook their meat very well. Their desserts are exceptional. Exceptional. Don't make me start speaking tongue, okay? Like y'all be sleeping. Asian food is real good. Peace out. Stay strong. That won't be hard. All right, if you in here, like the live, like the live. Have you eaten Indian food with chicken tikka? I get chicken masala with garlic naan. And what else? And that always comes with rice. And then I love the rice pudding that you guys have. Very yummy. I don't know like the name that you guys have for it, but I know like in Spanish cultures and black cultures, we just call it rice pudding. I'm sorry, but Haitians in Miami may have the best food. Haitian food is really good too. Hello, you have such a bubbly personality. I'm new to your live. What are you all talking about? Where are you from? Thank you. We are talking about consistency because that is how I finally figured it out. Because here's my thing, and I'm just going to reiterate this real quick. We love to look at people who are so out of proximity to us, but sometimes it's really good to find like the positive things and even the negative things that so that we know what to avoid. So we use the negative examples so we know what to avoid, the positive examples so that we know what to like look up to. And I just feel like I like I said, I went through this period where sometimes you might have like a simple breakup that you get over faster than like uh someone passing in your life, you know what I'm saying? And I went through like a more of like a grieving moment, and it just felt like I was being consistent, but I did not feel the same. But eventually consistency led me back to myself, and it led me back to a much more peaceful and well-rounded and even more evolved version of myself. So this live was about consistency, and all of these lives are about alchemy, basically how to turn anything into gold, which is a beautiful philosophy. And yeah, that's what we talk about on this YouTube channel: philosophy, alchemy, and just exploring my crazy mind. Yes, it's called Kier. Is that how I say it? Kier. What was blocked out that Dora the Explorer is next to? Map. Can't find what you're talking about. I want to know what was it. Are you Christian or atheist? Neither. I believe it myself. Correct. If you're in here, please don't be afraid to like the live. Please don't be afraid to subscribe. Please don't be afraid to watch more YouTube videos. I'm casting a spell so that you watch more videos. No, it just looked very like intense when I was in the camera. May I see your tattoo, please? I have a tattoo here. I have my Coraline tattoo. This one is one of my favorites. What other tattoos do I have? I have my angel and devil. Very much so like a very Libra. Like every time I look at this tattoo, I used to hate it, but I'm like, this is so Libra of me. Like the balance, like the two scales. Like of course I have an angel devil tattoo. I cook, yes. And then like I have a tattoo here, and I have a tattoo on my thigh. Um, my hands need to get fixed, but yeah, whatever. Got like love in the eye of Horus on my hand. I got a succubus on my back. Like not like a succubus woman, but like a succubus symbol. No, I don't care about the FIFA World Cup. Yeah, so I used to watch this show called Lost Girl. Oh my god, it was such a good show. It used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but they took it off like a while back. I don't know if they put it back. But yeah, the show was called Lost Girl, and like it was a very supernatural show. So it had like werewolves, vampires, goblins, mystical trees. Super fucking cool show. And the main character was a succubus, and I related to her so much, like so much. And like she had like a best friend who was human. So yeah, I learned about a succubus from the show Lost Girls, and I got it tatted. I'm a very nostalgic, euphoric person. Like whenever I like something, it becomes like a very nostalgic, euphoric thing to me. So like that's why I have like Coraline tatted. I feel like I was so in love with Coraline, and I was like telling everybody, I'm like, you don't understand Coraline. I'm like forcing everyone to watch Coraline. And there's like all of a sudden everyone like Coraline. I felt that way from like Doja Cat and SZA too. Sometimes I feel like my energy is like so immense that like whatever I put it to will like almost instantly expand, which is why I ignore my haters. Are all Libras 5'4", 125, 130? You're an inch off. And I'm usually about between 130 and 140. Libra women are very attractive with nice bodies, though. That's true. Yes, I think my favorite anime was Bleach. Wow. I'm like thinking about being on my nana's couch while she's at work, finding my uncle's weed that he left, and getting my like makeup blotting papers and rolling up my first joint and like being high while my grandmother was at work because I got bullied at camp, but they didn't know I could fight. So I ended up trying to attack the girl. They had to like pick me up midair, and then they're like, she can't come back. But like she was literally bullying me, trying to at least until she found out I could fight. So I was stuck in the house all summer while my nana was at work, and Bleach was my shit. Oh my god, I just remember like, oh, so nostalgic, like eating rice that my nana left for me. Um, Eating some noodles because she bought me like the little noodle thing. I bought it now. That's so like now because she bought me like the little wooden noodle steamer. Making fried Oreos is all I knew how to make, and eating my dumplings and noodles and watching Bleach. Death Note was a good one. Devilman. I've read through a lot of good anime shows. I've watched a lot of good things that I can't remember the names of. How many kids do I have? How do you guys have? Is there any sign of a kid? Where you? Oh shit! You caught me. I got one. What, Bleach? Bleach has another season coming out. That's crazy. I don't know. My nose got stuffy out of nowhere. Annoyed. Okay, y'all though. It was so beautiful talking to you guys. I hope I was able to like just kick it with you guys for a little bit and light up your day. Like sometimes I love to like talk about philosophy with you guys, but I love kicking it with you guys too. Like I love just be able to come up and chit chat and be my own little silly self, my own little silly world. And I think it's just like such a good way to like just think about all the beautiful things that I implant into you guys' mind, and then also have a good laugh and let loose and have a nostalgic moment with me. You know what I'm saying? Come to Toronto, I got you. Fly me out, I got you. No, honestly, like Toronto, I would probably go like on my own type shit just because it sounds mad fun. No bullshit. Okay. Yeah, it is wonderful to talk to you. You are amazing and authentic in this fake world. Oh, you almost made me pick up my blunt on that one. But I'm gonna talk to you guys later. It's Ani's World. Thank you so much for watching. If you're here, subscribe. Make sure that if you're like in Massachusetts area, Boston, if you're ever stopping through, book your massage with Ani's Spa. We're definitely evolving. Be interested in my facials, my waxes. Soon I'll be doing, what do you call that? Eyelashes. And I already know how to do makeup, but I don't know if I'm going to be actually providing that service. I hate doing people's makeup. Like, I love people until they start telling me what to do too much. And I'm like, what did you say you wanted? But I think this will look cuter. Okay, but anyway, y'all, have a beautiful, beautiful, glamorous day. Be handsome, be sexy, get money, stay